a 650cc pure sports performance motorcycle by Kawasaki. If you are looking to go to the next level of motorcycling from your 40 to 50 horsepower motorcycle, then should you buy this Ninja 650? What does it offer? How does it perform? And is it worth your upgrade? Let's find out. Before we dive in, if you reside surrounding or in Puducherry, you can visit the benelli keeway Kawasaki showroom on 100 feet road, Puducherry, and try it out for yourself. Pin details in the description. The Ninja has an aggressive look compared to its predecessor, looks muscular but it is lightweight. This design hasn't been changed since 2020 because it's still very modern and will remain so for the upcoming years. The tail is also a familiar design by Kawasaki. I have a thing for transparent tail lights, so it looks very sporty. Kawasaki also updated the instrument cluster. You get a 4.5-inch TFT display which looks beautiful. Has a good daytime visibility. All the necessary information like RPM, speed, gear indicator, odometer, battery voltage, temperature and fuel gauge are provided. You get ABS, but otherwise there is no fancy tech like riding modes or quick shifter or a more elaborate interactive infotainment system which you get even in a sub 400cc motorcycle these days. You get Bluetooth connectivity, but it's not so functional. This is a pure performance motorcycle for the rider, the enthusiasts, with minimal tech. The performance on offer is enough to justify the 7 lakh price tag for a new rider moving to the 650cc sports touring segment. It gets a 649cc liquid-cooled parallel twin engine which produces 67 horsepower and 65 Nm of torque. I launched the bike at 6000 RPM and the bike was so powerful that the front end lifted on the launch. The power was more than expected and made me laugh. 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds, the power delivery spread well across the rev band, so accelerates too fast at all speeds. The acceleration to reach speeds such as 160 to 180 is not a big deal for this motorcycle. 0 to 100 in just the second gear, could even push more. Without even revving it to its limit, the bike comfortably reaches speeds such as 160 km/h in the fourth gear. So there's more 2 gears left. So there's abundant of power and speed in this sports bike. Couldn't go past the fourth gear within the city limits. It's rev friendly, sounds great when revved, and at the same time it's so refined. Even at those speeds, the handling without doubt is very confidence inspiring to go fast. It can maneuver well at these speeds and feels easy and light to do so. For its lightweight, the bike has good stability too. It's got slipper clutch and a 6-speed gearbox which was smooth to shift and the clutch felt normal. After a speed run, I could feel a bit of heat on my legs, which is acceptable for what it's putting out, but nothing while riding. The fairing has vents to regulate the flow of the heat. It's got a 15-liter fuel tank with 20 km/L mileage, which is ideal for its segment. Talking about touring, it's got a comfortable seating position for the rider. It's got a comfortable seat, a rear set foot pegs, but fairly upright seating position, so it's not very aggressive. It has a comfortable position for riding long hours and even in the city. And in the city, even though this motorcycle has an explosive nature, in the city when you ride it slowly, the motorcycle is very smooth and is very docile in nature, makes very less sound. It's much more refined and doesn't even feel like you're riding a 650cc. It's much more comfortable even when you ride in the city. It's got a 790mm seat height. I am 5'4" and I could plant my feet comfortably on the ground. It's got a 41mm front telescopic fork with monoshock at the rear, more towards the softer side, so comfortable riding experience for the bad roads even during your long rides and the city riding. Although at this price point, buyers should expect USD folks. It's got 120 by 17 inches front and 160 by 17 inches rear Dunlop tires with exceptional grip, but of course they are expensive. At high speeds, the most confidence inspiring part was its brakes. Even at 160, a quick deceleration to control and stop the bike, 300mm front double disc and a 220mm rear disc with dual channel ABS, the braking performance is too good, which it should be. The grab rails on the back are necessary for the pillion to hold on to their lives. It's a well-designed, well-functional part on the rear. The build quality is premium on the body panels and the frame, but for 7 lakhs, the switch panels felt the same as the ones in the 300, nothing premium. The exhaust unit looks sleek and stylish. Just look at it, it's very appealing. This motorcycle is for those upgrading from a 40 to 50 horsepower motorcycle where they have exhausted and mastered those motorcycles, because this motorcycle is not one to be played with. It's pure Kawasaki performance on offer, the fastest 650 Kawasaki 2. So the power will be too overwhelming to take on for an inexperienced rider. So considering that, if you are upgrading, this motorcycle is a perfect sports tourer with abundant performance for the open road with comfort. But for 7 lakhs, it doesn't give you any fancy tech, but I should warn you, once you ride it, you will definitely want to buy it just for its performance. But you also need to keep in mind that when you go for a 650cc sports bike and up, the service cost is gonna sting you a bit if you come from a sub 400cc motorcycle segment. If something goes wrong, the parts to replace the spares will also cost you a lot. This should be a major point of concern when you're moving from a lower cc motorcycle. Maintaining and servicing the premiumness and the performance definitely comes at a cost. Now this comes in a lime green color. It has an amazing design, and this will cost you an ex-showroom price of 7.12 lakhs, and on road in Puducherry is 7.5 lakhs. So visit the Benelli Kawasaki showroom in 100 feet road, take a test drive, and then make your riding decision. I'll see you in another video. Until then, keep watching the Vintage Biker.